my dear students. This is Somasundari, Social Department. Today we are discussing about Civics Unit 5, India's relationship with developed countries. As a Prime Minister from 1947, Nehru articulated India's approach to the world. India's international influence varied over the years after independence. In the late 1980s, India improved relations with the United States, other developed countries, and China, while continuing close ties with the Soviet Union. A developed country is a sovereign state that has a highly developed economy and advanced technological infrastructure relative to other less industrialized nations. India has been balancing the superpowers with the great care and had been trying to reap the maximum benefit for its domestic development. Children, now we learn about relationship with India and USA. India-United States relations, also known as Indian-American relations or Indo-American relations. Prominent leaders of India's freedom movement had friendly relations with the United States, which continued well after independence from the United Kingdom in 1947. The US-India partnership has its foundation in common values, including the rules of law and democratic principles. The United States and India have shared interest in promoting global security, stability, and economic prosperity through trade, investment, and connectivity. India and United States of America have signed a communication, compatibility, and security agreement that will lead a new generation of bilateral military partnership. The communication, compatibility, and security agreement is valid for a period of 10 years. It gives India access to advanced communication technology used in US defense equipment and allow the real-time information sharing between the militaries of the two countries.
India is an emerging giant touted to be one of the superpowers of the future. On the other hand, Australia is a highly developed country and attracts people from all over the world for its outstanding quality of life. But which country is better? Area. India is the 7th largest country in the world with an area of 3.29 square kilometers. Australia is just above India at 6th spot and has more than double the area of India, 7.69 square kilometers. Space technology. Australia has never had a serious space agency and spends less than $40 million on space research. India, on the other hand, is one of the top 5 players. India's Space Research Organization, ISRO, has a budget of over $1.4 billion. ISRO, due to its low-cost quality technology, is now the preferred destination for satellite launches for companies from all over the world. India is also the only country to successfully reach Mars on its first attempt. Corruption. According to Transparency International, Australia has low levels of corruption and ranks as the 13th cleanest country in terms of corruption. India is much more corrupt and ranks 79th out of 176 countries. 97 countries are more corrupt than India. Military. Australia has a defense budget of $24.1 billion and is considered the 22nd strongest military power in the world. India, meanwhile, has a much bigger budget of $53.5 billion and is ranked 4th most powerful country in the world. Poverty. 13.3% Aussies live under the poverty line. Compared to that, only 12.4% Indians come under the poverty line. But there is a catch here. Definition of poverty is way different in these two countries. In India, anyone who can afford regular food is not considered poor. If we went by poverty standards of Australia, more than half of Indians would be considered poor. So we are giving this point to Australia. Quality of life. It won't be a surprise for most people if I tell you that Australia has better quality of life than India. According to Global Livability Report 2017, as many as 3 Australian cities were ranked in the top 10 most livable cities. No Indian city made it to the top 10. Australia might have won the comparison, but when it comes to cricket, India has proved itself better side in the recent years. Subscribe if you want more such comparisons between nations and other India-related videos. Thanks for watching Brain Chow.
Children, next we are discussing relationship with India and Australia. Australia-India relations are the foreign relations and both shared this is comprehensive strategic partnership between the Commonwealth of Australia and the Republic of India. Before independence, Australia and India were both part of the British Empire. Both are members of Commonwealth of Nations. They are also share the political, economic, security, lingual and sporting ties. As a result of British colonization, cricket has emerged as a strong cultural connection between the nations as well as English language. India and Australia have built strategic trust over the years slowly yet steadily. Australia and India are committed to working together to enhance maritime cooperation with India's bilateral naval exercise. The Australia-India Council witnessed the relationship between Australia and India raising awareness and promoting exchanges. Children, next I will explain relationship with India and European countries. India and European relations date to the early 1960s, with India being amongst the first countries to establish diplomatic relations with the European Economic Community. The cooperation agreement signed in 1994 took the bilateral relationship beyond trade and economic cooperation. What is the meaning of bilateral? The bilateral means trade between only two countries. It means India and European nations. At the 5th India's EU summit at the Hague in 2004, the relationship was upgraded to a strategic partnership. The two sides adopted a joint action plan in 2005 that provide for strengthening dialogue and consultation mechanisms in the political and economic spheres, exchanging trade and investment, and bringing peoples and cultures together. There has been a significant progress in all areas, particularly the growing cooperation and exchanges include defense, counter-terrorism, nuclear energy and space. French space launch pad are used by ISRO. India and France are cooperating on developing smart cities Chandigarh, Nagpur and Puducherry. India and France launched the International Solar Alliance, which brings together countries between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn for cooperation and solar energy. The EU as bloc of 28 countries is India's largest trading partner. The EU is also one of the largest source of foreign direct investment for India.
The Indo-Japan connection. India and Japan, two different countries, two ancient civilizations, deep historical connections, and striking similarities. This is truly a story of commonness that binds us across the geographies. Hajime Nakamura, a famous Japanese academic of Vedas and Buddhism, stated in his book Gautam Buddha, "Without Indian influence, Japanese culture would not be what it is today." The Indian goddess Saraswati, who is associated with knowledge, wisdom, intellect, speech, music and purity, is amazingly similar to the Japanese goddess Benzaithin, who is revered for the same reasons in the Japanese culture. Ganesha, another Indian divinity, has several idols in Japan, the most popular one being that of Kangiten Ganesha, where the Japanese god Daikokoten, similar to Lord Shiva, is shown resting on the lap of Ganesha. In Japan, god Narayana is depicted as Narayanten, goddess Lakshmi as Kishoten, god Brahma as Bonten. Both cultures worship the divine through idols and also have the tradition of carrying out processions on streets in their honor in the presence of devotees. In Japan, the palanquin in which these deities are carried out during the processions is called Mikoshi, and in India it is called Rath Yatra. Being an agrarian society, India celebrates the harvest festival to thank nature. Japan also depends on agriculture for its staple foods and observes a harvest festival called Tori no Ichi, where people thank the divine and pray for good harvest, sales and fortune. Sakura bloom is celebrated in Japan as a Thanksgiving festival during the spring on the blossoming of cherry blossom trees. The ritual of fire walking is conducted to cleanse body and mind during the celebrations. Similarly, the Tamils celebrate this season as the wedding season of their gods, Muruga or Kartikeya. This is celebrated as Panguni Uttiram, and the Tamils undertake firewalks as well. In autumn, India celebrates Navratri, a 9-day-long festival invoking female divinities of different forms of energies. Tamils celebrate this festival in honor of women. It is called Kolu, where dolls are arranged thematically in steps and women are invited to each other's homes and welcomed with food and gifts. In Japan, come spring, the festival of Hinamatsuri is celebrated, where similar arrangements of doll houses are made in public places. Japan and India, though far apart, are connected through their cultural practices since ancient times. The home of knowledge, wisdom and philosophy for thousands of years. This is Amazing India.
Children, now we are discussing relationship with India and Japan. India and Japan relations have traditionally been strong. The people of India and Japan have engaged in cultural exchanges primarily as a result of Buddhism, spread indirectly from India to Japan via China and Korea. India and Japan, two of the largest and oldest democracies in Asia. India is the largest receptionist of Japanese, and both countries have a special relationship, official development and assistance. What is relationship between India and Japan? What is relation between India and Japan? Japan and India signed peace treaty and established diplomatic relations on 28 April 1952. This treaty was one of the first peace treaties the two countries have enjoyed cordial relations. India decided to introduce the Japan's Shinkansen system. It is highest class of high-speed railway system with safety and accuracy. Delhi Metro is one of the most successful example of Japanese cooperation. which was the great example of Japanese cooperation in India. Delhi Metro is one of the most successful examples of Japanese cooperation. Mumbai Ahmedabad High Speed Railway to another area of cooperation. The government of Japan has offered 20 seats per year to Indian nationals for a master's degree course in University of Japan for serving the Indian Railways. The government of Japan has offered 20 seats per year to Indian nationals for a master's degree course in the University of Japan for serving the Indian Railways. In the manufacturing sector, Japan announced its cooperation of training 30,000 Indian people in the Japan India Institute of Manufacturing, providing Japanese style manufacturing skills to enhance India's manufacturing industry, base and contribute to Make in India and Skill Indian initiatives. It's one of the important short answer in the manufacturing sector of Japan. Announced the cooperations of training 30,000 Indian people in the Japan India Institute of Manufacturing. Explain Japan India Institute of Manufacturing. Short answer, keep it in your mind. In 2017, the first 4 gyms were started in the states of Gujarat, Karnataka, Rajasthan and Tamil Nadu. In JEC, what is the meaning of JEC? 2 Japanese endowed courses in engineering colleges. JEC was established in Andhra Pradesh. Where is established JEC? JEC was established in Andhra Pradesh. Recent initiatives include the establishment of 3 Indian-Japan joint laboratories in the area of information and communication technology. At present, there are more than 10,000 Japanese nationals living in India and over 30,000 Indians residing in Japan. There are 1,441 Japanese companies registered in India from 1,369 in 2017. Students, now we are discussing India and West Asia. The West Asia includes Egypt, the Arabian Peninsula, Turkey and Iran. India and West Asia enjoy prehistorical ties. In the past, India has managed a successful balancing act in tripolar West Asia. Now the restructuring of West Asia's geopolitical landscape has allowed India to engage with Western Asian states. The even less political maneuvering India's vision to establish itself as a powerful and prosperous state in Asia has laid down various paths in terms of its foreign policy towards West Asia. Over the years, New Delhi has adopted its foreign policy to suit the evolving needs and conditions of global politics, from the ideologically driven non-aligned movement to a policy based in greater pragmatism. Today, the increasing multipolarity of the global order has enabled India to pursue its policy of strategic autonomy, greater freedom when it comes to international relations and trade. India's relations with West Asian countries are historical since the independence. India has to interest in numerous political, security and strategic fields with the West Asian nations. Trade relations were established between the civilizations of Mesopotamia and the Indus Valley. West Asia stands as a region of considerable significance for India, economically as well as strategically. West Asia is gateway to landlocked and energy-rich Central Asia. What are the importance of West Asia for India? India has huge stakes involved in the region, such as energy, trade and safety of Indian community in the region. Energy security. 70% of India's imported energy needs come from West Asia, and this dependence will only increase as the Indian economy continues to grow at 8% or more. Security of Indian community. India is the largest receptionist of foreign remittances from West Asia. 11 million Indians working in West Asia. Therefore, stability in the region is high on India's core agenda. Geostrategic importance in West Asia. To reduce the influence of China in West Asia and in Arabian Sea, China is continuously making inroad to West Asia through OBOR initiatives. What is the meaning of OBOR? OBOR means Belt and Road Initiatives, formerly known as One Belt, One Road, is a global development strategy adopted by the Chinese government in 2013, involving infrastructure development and investments in nearly 70 countries and international organizations. With the advent of the new millennium, there has been extraordinary turnaround in the relationship between the Gulf Cooperation Council countries and India. What is Gulf Cooperation Council? GCC. The Gulf Cooperation Council, political and economic alliance of 6 Middle Eastern countries. What are the 6 Middle Eastern countries? Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain and Oman. Students, listen. What are the 6 Middle Eastern countries? Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, Bahrain and Oman. The trilateral agreement called the Chabahar Agreement was signed between India, Afghanistan and Iran. What is Chabahar Agreement? Chabahar, located in southern eastern Iran on Gulf of Oman. In May 2016, India and Iran signed a bilateral agreement in which India would refurbish one of the berths at Shahid Beheshti port and reconstructed a 600-meter long container handling facility at the port, which led to the establishment of transit and transport corridor among 3 countries using Chabahar port. The port is seen as golden gateway for India to access landlocked market of Afghanistan and Central Asia bypassing Pakistan. Now I'll ask one important interior 1 mark. One of the oldest maritime trading routes run from ancient Sumeria via Bahrain to the Indus civilization. One of the oldest maritime trading routes run from ancient Sumeria via Bahrain to the Indus civilization is called Melucca. Answer is Melucca. In medieval times, comments have noted the Indian experts in medicine, mathematics, astronomy was highly valued by Arab and Iranian scholars who eventually made it part of their own intellectual traditions. India has good relationship with the superpowers and tries to reap the maximum benefit for its domestic development. India is going to be the biggest superpower of the 21st century according to the report named Indian Century, defining India's place in a rapidly changing global economy. India has predicated to be among the world's highest growth nations over the coming years. The Republic of India is considered one of the emerging superpower of the world. Children, now we are going to end of this session. I hope you are all understanding today's topic, isn't it? Yes. Students, I already informed to you, handwriting is very important to you. So you must practice. Whenever you revise the portions, take one note and writing at least 2 times. Got it? Don't forget it. You must improve your handwriting. Okay. Thank you, children. See you next class.